So last night I am watching the David Benavidez, David Morrell fight, and lo and behold, I'm looking at my phone, and you have a tweet that comes out from Shans Charnaria from ESPN, Charania, and he says this is not a joke. Anthony Davis has been traded to the Dallas Mavericks for Luka Doncic. You're like, what? This can't be real. It's midnight. They made a deal after midnight, I think, at that point. They made a deal for this. What? Luka Doncic is 25 and being traded to the Lakers? Anthony Davis is being shipped off to the mat? What is going on in the NBA? What in the what? What in the what? Let's talk about this deal because I've been sitting here all day watching sports and I haven't sat down and make a video yet, but I'm making it now because I had to let this sink in and look at this again. I'm just blown away. But everyone, welcome back again to another edition of Rudy's Rant, powered by Coming Out the Podcast. I'm your host, Rudy Rodriguez Show, my Rudy the Hammer. And for those of you who are new, I appreciate y'all jumping on with me today. Be sure to like the video, comment, subscribe if you enjoy the content. Just subscribe anyway, man. I appreciate y'all. And those of you who have been here before, thank you for coming back. Like the video, leave a comment. This trade is bananas. And there's so many ways you can view this trade. What in the world is going on here? The Dallas Mavericks is being reported now, all kinds of nonsense. You're seeing reports that LeBron was tired of AD, which he has refuted. CBS Sports reported this. LeBron James has refuted that. I don't believe for 1 second in hell that Anthony Davis gets traded without LeBron James knowing, but people are going to sit here, the LeBron sexual fans are going to sit here and tell you that, no, he didn't really find out till he went to dinner after the game. I have a hard time buying that. I just don't believe that a guy that literally forced the team to draft his son just a few months back is unaware of Anthony Davis being traded for Luka Doncic. I just have a hard time that he wouldn't, that there, maybe he didn't know it'd be for Doncic, but not knowing that the Lakers would consider trading him for something or somebody. I have a hard time. Again, the same guy who had no problem whatsoever last year, well, this past year in July, forcing the hand of the Lakers to draft his son, completely unqualified for the NBA, as you've seen. He's been pretty decent in the G League. I'll give him credit for that. But now all of a sudden LeBron doesn't know. Yeah, so yeah, I have a hard time with that one. But Luka Doncic, the reports are that Dallas thinks he's too fat, doesn't take being in shape seriously. Folks, I don't care if he weighs 270 pounds. There was a point where LeBron weighed 260, 270. He wasn't, he's a huge man. Now, Luka's body type is different, but Luka Doncic is 25 years old. Luka Doncic just took the Dallas Mavericks to the NBA Finals last year. Granted, they lost, but they got to the NBA Finals in 2 of the last 3 seasons. Luka Doncic has taken the Mavericks to the conference finals and the NBA Finals. And that's as a 23-year-old and as a 22-year-old and as a 24-year-old. He turns 23 and 25. He turns 26 end of February. This is bananas. This guy is one of the toughest shot makers in the league. I think he led the league in scoring last year. He's averaging 28 a game this year. He has been injured this season. Hey, I mean, he averaged 33.9, finished third in the MVP voting. He's one of the 3 best players in the NBA, first team All-NBA for 5 straight years. He shoots 47%, 35 from 3. And you trade him for a guy in Anthony Davis who's 31, been perpetually injured in the league. Yeah, this year he's been rather healthy, but of course, right now he's actually hurt. Don't know when he'll be back. But this is really crazy to me. You have a guy who is, Luka's a generational player. I mean, he's 25. He hasn't even really hit the prime of his career. And I know there was complaints about his weight and his conditioning and how he takes care of his body. Y'all remember some guy named Shaq? That man never was in shape when the season started, ever. So if Luka's not in shape and he has a few beers in the offseason and gets fat, so be it. This guy was in the finals last year. And now all of a sudden, because This trade is made. Oh, now Kyrie Irving is some cornerstone to a franchise? This is the same Kyrie Irving who was basically a glorified role player in the finals last year and in the playoffs overall. Yeah, I know he averaged 25 and a half a game last year during the regular season. I know he's averaging 25 a game this year right now, 24 a game right now. And he's pretty efficient and all that stuff, but he's not the focal point of this offense. He wasn't the focal point last year. He's the secondary option. Remember what the Celtics tried to do with Kyrie Irving? It was a catastrophe. Remember the Nets? Another catastrophe. Then he comes to Dallas. He's a secondary guy. He's not the guy. And now you think that all of a sudden he's the guy? I have a hard time buying that. Miss me with that BS. Miss me with it. He's also 33, 30, 30. How old is he right now? 32. He'll be 33 in March. Kyrie's not getting younger. And I don't care if Anthony Davis is, what Anthony Davis does. The man gets hurt like crazy. So now he's going to be a power forward because he got two bigs in Dallas. Folks, Luka Doncic took this team to the finals. Anthony Davis is not going to do that. Anthony Davis is not going to do that. I cannot believe the Dallas Mavericks were so hard up to dump Luka that they did this. This is bananas to me. And now for the Lakers, this is destructive right now. It doesn't help the Lakers really at all at the moment. LeBron is in a position where, I mean, realistically, this is his replacement. Luka is his replacement. The Lakers knew. See, I think the Lakers knew that they're not going to win this year. They're not going to win at all in the next 2 years. LeBron James, for whatever that is, he's not going to win another title in LA. He doesn't play defense himself. So now you have a team that's completely void of defense with the Lakers. I still think LeBron knew. I still think he was on board with whatever deal that the Lakers made. And if he had a problem with it, I think he would have voiced the issues that he had with it by now. But he doesn't have a problem with it. So he had no problem. He hasn't commented publicly about it to say that there's an issue. And I just think that right now the Lakers know that they have to make moves to look at their future of their franchise. You just drafted Dalton Connect, who's a great shooter. Rui Hachimura is still a good player. Austin Reeves is a good player. And you have, of course, now you bring in Luka, and you can build around him for the future. Because let's be real, Luka's better than LeBron right now, period. He's just better than him. He's way better than him, in fact, if you want to be honest about it. But does Anthony Davis really make the Mavericks a better team? No. No. Like, look at the shots that Luka hits for the Mavericks to get them to the finals. It doesn't make the most sense. I mean, if you want to look at Kyrie Irving, look, I'm gonna talk about Kyrie Irving in the playoffs last year. You have your A side should never have games like this in the playoffs. Like, never have games like this in the playoffs. Let's see right here. He averaged 19-8 in the finals, 15-7 in the semis versus OKC. He was better versus Minnesota. He was better versus the Clippers. But 15-7, that's the guy. So now you're gonna up Kyrie Irving's usage rating, which will make him less efficient. He was more efficient because of his usage rate. He wasn't the focus. I think you're gonna drop his efficiency by doing this. Again, he's 33 in March. He is not getting younger. He is not getting younger. Where is this right now? Let's see here. His playoff numbers. He had a number of not great playoff games this past year with the Mavericks, which made me call him a glorified role player. And I do think he's a glorified role player at this point. He's still a really good player, but he's not anyone's star. He's not a star. No way in hell. So if you look at his playoff numbers this past year, Kyrie Irving had a game with 15, 21, 16, 12. This was just in the finals. I mean, In the semis, 16, 20. Yeah, he had 3 good games, but he had 2 not so good games. Then in the semifinals, 12, 9, 9, 22, 22, and 20. They won the series, but there were games where he took 11 shots, 8 shots in the first round, 21, 14, 23. These aren't earth-shattering games. And like if you consider and compare, if you want to compare the two to what Luka was doing, this is what Luka was doing in those playoff games. Luka, first round, 33, 32, 22, 29, 35, 28, 19, 29, 22, 18. They lost that game. They lost both of those games. In the 19 and the 18, they lost. 31, 29. Then you got 33, 32, 33, 28, 36. Then in the finals, 30, 22, 20, 30, 30, 32, 27, 29, 28. That's what an A-side guy does. That's what he does. That's who Luka Doncic is. And you want to get rid of that guy at 25 years of age? I don't see it. I don't get it. Did he smash the owner's wife? I'm joking around, obviously, naturally, but you can't be this hard up that you think that because he comes in overweight that you're going to trade this type of player. Like you're just not going to do that. And it's very odd to me that they would do this. I know Mark Cuban is no longer the majority owner. I don't know if he's involved in these deals anymore, but the GM Nico Harrison says he believes you win titles based on defense. And yeah, in theory you do, but you're also going to lose a lot of points off your scoreboard, losing Luka Doncic from the roster. Yeah, this is a crazy move to me. I am, yeah, yeah. This is wild. This one's wild. This one is I've never seen nothing like. This is a guy who's averaged 28-1, 33-9, 32-4, 28-4, 27-7. These averaged over 27.7 points per game since his second year in the league. Again, 5 times first team All NBA. I mean, he won't be this year. He's probably going to miss too many games, but he still will be one of the top 3 or 5 to 5 players in the NBA. For the Lakers, I think for the future, it's great for them. But for the present, it's the Lakers are done. The Lakers are done. Could they be competitive in that setting? Yes, they can be competitive. If he comes back healthy during this year and he's healthy enough to play consistently, will they be competitive? Yeah, but they're gonna have games that are they're gonna be shootouts. Like there's gonna be no defense being played at all in their games. Like no defense whatsoever. I gotta say, I'm shocked. The whole league seems to be shocked. Yet, at the same time, the Miami Heat can't find a way to trade Jimmy Butler. Like Pat Riley, I would have traded Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo to get me Luka Doncic down here. Like I don't know what the hell's going on. I know the reports that Dallas reached out to LA. Let's look at Anthony Davis for a second before we get off here. Anthony Davis, he's been relatively healthy this year. But he's out right now at the present time. He's missed the last 3 games. He's averaging 25, 7, 12, and 3, shooting 53%. His shooting percentage is down from last year by 3%. LeBron has mentioned him as the best player on the team, so it's interesting. That's something right there. But Anthony Davis played last year 76 games. That was his most games that he played in his career in a season. Year before, 56. Year before, 40. Year before, 36. Year before, 62. I know one of those was a COVID year, but even the year where in 2021, where it was a 72 game schedule, he missed half the season. 56 in New Orleans. He had a couple of 75s and 61, 68, 67, 64. Anthony Davis misses games. Anthony Davis misses games. So, yeah, this one's it's funny. A trade like this you would think would really alter the landscape of the league. I don't think it alters the landscape of the league at all. Because neither of these teams were probably going to go anywhere this season. Dallas is an 8 seed at 26 and 23. The Lakers are a 5 at 28 and 19. They're going to drop. because defensively, they're going to go from giving up 112 points a game to probably 118 points a game. And Dallas's defense will get better, but their scoring will drop. And again, Luka hasn't been playing a lot this year, so consider that as well. If Luka was healthy this year, Dallas is probably 35 and 13, probably if he's healthy. If he's healthy, do they make this deal? Probably not. I guess they'll attribute everything to weight. And I'm sure the Lakers will probably think that, they can make LeBron can get with Luka and help him with his dieting and his conditioning and how he takes care of his body. But this is a massive, massive deal in name. I don't think it changes the league much. I think the favorites remain the favorites. But man, this is huge. It's huge, but it's not. It's huge, but it's shocking more than anything. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Love to hear what you guys say. What do you think of the deal? I think Dallas. I don't even know who won the deal. I don't even know who won. I don't even know who won this deal. Did Dallas win the deal? I think maybe Dallas won the deal for the moment, but not really because Luka was out for the most half this season so far. It's just you traded a guy that took you to the NBA Finals last year. I can't see Anthony Davis getting the Mavericks anywhere near that. And now you're gonna call Kyrie the guy who's gonna carry you? Interesting. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Love to hear what you got to say. Like, subscribe, follow, hit that bell, leave a comment. Rudy's rant, facts of our feelings. Come on now.